Hey y'all, welcome back to Dots and Beyond. I'm Beth. Today we are going to set up my son's custom bullet journal for March 2024 and explore the stranger. Let's go ahead and get started. I do desire that we may be better strangers. It's one of my favorite Shakespearean insults, and it will be the quote on this cover page. It's from the play As You Like It, where the characters of Jacques and Orlando are engaged in a battle of the wits on how little they care for one another. As You Like It is a comedy, but that humor is perpetuated by disguise and mistaken identity in the forest of Arden. For March, Kenny chose the entity from the Magnus archives known as the Stranger, and I do wish the Stranger were a better stranger, if you get the pun. The Stranger embodies the unsettling fear of encountering beings that teeter on the edge of humanity, yet fall short in chilling ways. It's that eerie sensation crawling up your spine when you catch a glimpse of something not quite right, but you can't quite put your finger on why. The Stranger's influence is insidious, creeping into the fabric of reality, blurring the lines between what's real and what's not. Much of humanity finds the circus, or bits of the circus, to be creepy and insidious. So too do the writers of the Magnus archives. I have leaned into the circus theme with this cover ringmaster and the diamond shapes. In its malevolent form, the Stranger takes on the guise of objects masquerading as humans. Mannequins stand frozen in department store windows, their vacant eyes seeming to follow your every move. Wax models gleam under the museum lights, their uncanny resemblance to the living sending shivers down your spine. Taxidermy creatures line the walls, their glassy eyes seeming to hold secrets of their own. Dolls, clowns, and automatons add to the unease, but it's not just inanimate objects. With our cover page done, let's go ahead and move on to Kenny's calendar. Within the mythology of the Stranger is the Angler, a mysterious figure associated with the fear of the unknown. The Angler embodies the unsettling sensation of encountering something that appears almost human but is distinctly off, triggering feelings of unease and disorientation in those who encounter it. It's not the fish, but I'm going to illustrate it as one. The Angler is often depicted as a spectral figure lurking at the edges of perception, its presence hinted at by subtle disturbances in the environment. Its appearance may be humanoid but distorted, with features that are just slightly off-kilter, instilling a sense of profound unease in those who behold it. It is said to lure unsuspecting victims into its grasp, drawing them closer with its uncanny allure before ensnaring them in its web of deception, very often manifesting just enough as human to utter the phrase, "Can I have a cigarette?" as its lure. Encounters with the Angler are fraught with psychological tension, as individuals struggle to reconcile the familiarity of its form with the discomfort it evokes. Its presence serves as a reminder of the inherent fear of the unknown and the uncanny, lurking just beneath the surface of reality, ready to ensnare those who dare to peer into its depths. The Angler leads us from Kenny's calendar to his financial tracker and notes page. One of the key rituals of the Stranger is the Unknowing. This sinister rite holds the power to warp reality itself, paving the way for the entity to reshape the world in its own twisted image. Known also as the Dance, it is a macabre performance orchestrated by several key players and augmented by potent artifacts of power. Unlike other rituals, the Unknowing boasts an unnerving resilience against disruption. Its components, players, props, and even the very location, like the circus, are interchangeable, rendering attempts to thwart it futile. Yet, it is during the execution of this ritual that it is most vulnerable, a window of opportunity amidst the chaos of its enactment. As the dance unfolds, the surroundings become a labyrinth of cognitive dissonance. The air thickens with a palpable sense of wrongness, as if reality itself were caught in a perpetual state of flux. No physical transformations occur, but the minds of those present are ensnared in a web of confusion. Semiosis falters, and the ability to correctly perceive people and objects evaporates. Faces blur, identities twist, and comprehension dissolves into a maelstrom of uncertainty. Let's dance into Kenny's weeklies, and here I'm using the standard setup that I have used for probably a year and a half now for his weekly setups. But why is there a gorilla face on this page? The stranger is intricately entwined with the very essence of identity. Skin becomes a canvas for its twisted art, faces morph into grotesque masks of terror, and the boundaries of self blur into a nightmare of uncertainty and dread. Speaking of skin, a mysterious and ancient gorilla skin makes its appearance multiple times within the Magnus archives, as do two delivery men, Brecken and Hope, who I will illustrate on the next spread. They were once members of the Circus of the Other, though their history stretches back farther than that to at least the 1800s, possibly earlier. A photograph taken in 1948 of the circus shows two strong men who might have been them. Their uniforms are nondescript, and they adopt English Cockney or Russian accents when they are delivering ancient items. They are large, imposing, and benefit from more than just the stranger. We will see them with another entity next month. The gorilla skin is one of the many items that they deliver. I could not find a great illustration of a gorilla skin, and so therefore we have a gorilla face, along with one of the automatons from the Circus of the Other. While these avatars of the stranger possess a degree of immunity to the cognitive upheaval of the unknowing ritual or the dance, even they are not entirely untouched by its effects. The circus, we've mentioned before, the shadowy organization with sinister motives, toils tirelessly to usher in the fruition of this ritual, their machinations shrouded in darkness and deceit. With each step closer to completion, the boundaries of reality grow ever more tenuous, and the fate of the world hangs precariously in the balance. Like all of the other Magnus Archives rituals, you'll have to listen to the Magnus Archives podcast to find out if the circus ever does succeed in its ritual of the dance, or the ritual of the unknowing. On this set of weeklies, I have illustrated Brecken and Hope, our delivery men, on the right. I did get this from some fan art somewhere. And then on the left side, I illustrated a human looking into a shattered mirror, unable to see their face, as illustration of that stranger, of something not being right, of not being able to recognize what's reality and what is fiction. Wrapping up this setup, we're moving on to my son's playlist and reflection spread. The illustrations here are simple, continuing the diamond pattern theme, and then a little change of header as a circus banner for the reflections. I also added a dancing automaton to carry the unknowing ritual, or the dance ritual, through to the end. In essence, the stranger embodies humanity's deepest dread of the unfamiliar and the unsettling, materializing as a sinister force that blurs the line between what is real and what is not. Across the narrative tapestry of the Magnus Archives, this malevolent entity serves as a chilling reminder of the psychological and existential ramifications of encountering the unknown. Through its thematic exploration, intricate character portrayals, and ominous rituals, the series delves into the profound implications of confronting the unfamiliar. It unravels the intricate threads of fear woven into the human psyche, offering a haunting glimpse into the darkest recesses of the human mind. As characters grapple with the uncanny and the inexplicable, the series invites listeners on a harrowing journey through the corridors of terror, where reality itself becomes a fragile construct easily manipulated by the unseen forces that lurk in the shadows. Just remember that smoking is bad for you, and should you see an enigmatic figure lurking in the shadows asking, "Can I have a cigarette?" it's probably best that you ignore them. Let's flip back to the beginning of this setup for a quick flip through. Again, this theme was the stranger from the Magnus Archives, punctuated a little bit by the creepiness of the circus. Tell me down in the comments, when was the last time that you met a stranger and had the most deep, unseated feeling of uneasiness? Or better yet, when did you come face to face with someone that you thought was a friend and something about them just seemed not right? Go ahead and tell me in the comments below and I will share mine as well. And if you have no story to share, that's okay. Go ahead and leave me either a circus or a dance emoji instead. I am still playing content to catch up from our move and all of the other things that have gone wrong this winter. So thank you so much for being here and watching this video. If you liked it, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one.